Multi-level indexing. Till now what we have seen are single level indexes in which if we have a large database file, we will create an index on it with some field as the index search key. And in order to access a search record, we should search the index first using the search key. For that, we should keep the index in the main memory as a sequential file. But if the index itself is very large, it won't fit into the main memory at once and multiple disk accesses will be required. Even if it fits, it consumes a lot of space in the main memory. Also, the number of block accesses required in order to access a search record depends on the size of the index file. So what should we do? If the data file is large, we will create an index for it. And if the index file is also large, we will create an index for this index file, that is multi-level indexing. Here we consider this index file as an ordered file and create an index for this ordered file. Now this becomes the first level index and the new index becomes the second level index. This first level index can be a primary index, a clustering index, or a secondary index, but the condition is the key value should be unique within each entry of the index. If the index is a primary index, then of course the key value will be unique for every index record, but if it is a clustering index, it may not happen. Also, if the index is secondary index on the key field of the data file, then the key value will be unique for every record. But if the secondary index is on some non-key field of the file, then also it may not happen. So the condition is the key value should be unique within each entry of the index within the first level index. So why this condition? We know that the index file will always be sorted on the key value. Now the key value is unique for every index record too. Then it's possible to create a primary sparse index for this file using the block anchor method. So from each block of the first level index, only one entry goes to the second level index. Only entries corresponding to the block anchors move to the second level index. Thus, the size of the second level index will be considerably reduced. Thus, the number of blocks required to keep the second level index will be much less. Now, in the second level index, if the key is unique for every record, and it will be unique since this is an index on a file whose key is unique for every record. Now if we find that this second level index is also large, we can create a third level index using the block anchor method as a primary sparse index. Thus from the second level index, only one entry moves to the third level index for each block. And we can continue it until the topmost level fits into a single block. Here suppose the third level index fits into one single disk block, then we can stop the multi-level indexing at that point. Thus we can continue it to any number of levels until the topmost level index can fit in a single block, and hence it is called multi-level indexing. So in order to access a search record, we should search the topmost level index first. And since the topmost level index can fit in a single block, we can keep it in the main memory as well. Search and find an index entry whose key value is equal to or just less than this value within that index block. Now access the block pointed by the block pointer within that entry from the next level. Then within that block, search for an entry whose key value is equal to or just less than it within the index block. Again, move to the next level. Finally, from the first level index block, we can get the actual record pointer or the block pointer corresponding to the record. So from each level, one block is to be accessed, and all these blocks need not be in the main memory at once. So the main memory space can be saved. And what about the space required for this entire index on the disk? Of course, we need some extra space for these additional levels of indexes, but this extra space required is very less. From the second level onwards, the space required for the index or the block space required for the index will be considerably reduced. But the major problem here is with insertion deletion operations. Here from the first level index onwards, everything is ordered. Hence, for these operations, a lot of rearrangements are required. To resolve this issue, we can make the multi-level indexes dynamic using the structures such as B plus tree and B tree, which we will discuss later. Before that, in the coming videos, we shall see how the number of disk block accesses is reduced using the multi-level indexing with the help of an example. After that, we will see one example to understand and summarize some important concepts of primary indexing, clustering and secondary indexing, and also multi-level indexing all together.